So here we are. We are decluttering this electronics drawer, and we did this together so that we could look at everything at the same time and have a conversation about what stays and what goes. And there was nothing too complex about this process. I mean, it was actually really easy. We could take 2 seconds and look at a chord and say, I have no idea what this goes to, or this might go to our Garmin. Let's keep it, let's check it, or this might go to my electric shaver. And so let's check. Most of the stuff was just, we had no idea. And so it went. And then as far as the USB cords, do you need 10 USB cords when you have two devices or three devices? No. I have the USB cords, USB-C cords that came with my photo camera equipment, my audio equipment, and I just don't need all of these cords. So, I mean, you can see from the before picture that the drawer is organized. I mean, it's tidy, really, right? Everything in there is wrapped up nice. It's neat. If I needed a USB cord, I knew right where I could find it, but it's just about simplifying, eliminating the pressure of justifying having all of these things. So, yeah, we do look on a grand scale, the entire place, but sometimes you have to just work 1 hour at a time or one drawer at a time if you don't want to get overwhelmed. So, making space. Why am I making space? Why? Because it matters. Because I can't do it all. Because I can't read it all. Having all of those books just makes too much pressure to justify something that I no longer have a use for. Or some of those books, like the endurance training books, just have activities that I'm probably not going to be participating in the foreseeable future. And by ridding myself of those books, I'm also getting rid of the pressure to participate in those types of activities. Every time I pass by my bookshelf, I look and I see books about long distance running or about living the perfect life. And I just feel like I need to read that. I need to read that. And I'm not going to read that. It's been there forever. It's not something that really resonates with me. And if I'm honest with myself, then the next question is, what do I do with this so I can donate it? The electronics drawer, for example, you saw the before picture. It looks relatively tidy. Everything is put together, wrapped up with those little rubber electrical wraps. And you would look at that and think that this is great. But do we need five of everything? And the answer is no. We just don't need all of that. And when I open the drawer and I see all of that there, I just, same issue. Why do I have all of this? I should find a use for it. It just creates a fog in my mind that doesn't need to be there. So, in the book Essentialism, the disciplined pursuit of less, the author Greg McKeown illustrates what's called the trade-off. And so we're using the bookshelf and the electric drawer or the junk drawer as sort of an illustration here about life itself. And so the book I mentioned, Essentialism, the author illustrates the trade-off by using the example of a four burner stove. You have the four burners. The one burner is your family, the second burner is your work, the third burner is your health, and the fourth burner is your friends. And to be successful, you would have to cut off one of those burners. To be really successful, the illustration says you'd have to cut off two of those burners. And so the illustration, of course, is tongue in cheek, but it really presents the dilemma that we face on a daily basis, which is what is really important to me? What should I say yes to, or what can I say yes to What can I afford to say no to? The book Essentialism continues coming back in this section to the question of which problems do I want? And that's important for you and me to decide. Until we can be intentional about every day and deliberately ask ourselves what matters most to me, then we risk living our lives to please someone else. And that should scare us. I don't want to get to the last 5 minutes of my life or the last years of my life and realize that I've been living my life for somebody else. Um, I suggest doing this today. Write it down. Make a list of the three most important matters to you. That is your map. If you have that, you are here on that map. And then you're able to decide, what do I need to do to get there? But at least if you have a map, you have an idea of what really matters most written down on paper so you can start to plan in a way that really reflects and aligns with your deepest values. So what are the three most important things to you? Are they your plants, your pets, your creativity, your exercise, your friends, your hobbies? It can be anything, but get it down on paper and do it for yourself. Just like the drawer full of junk electrical cords and USB cords, or the bookshelf stuffed with books that no longer serve me, I'm not going to read them. I can find the things that I am going to use. I can look through and find the books that I am going to read and start reading those books. I read every day. And there are some books on my bookshelf that I've kept that I intend to read again. I'm just not ready to get rid of them. Infinite Jest meant so much to me. Am I going to read it again? I'm not sure. That was a tough book to read, and it's a really long book to read, but it was so special to me. And it was a book that I had waited so long to read. And when I finally did read it, I was proud of myself. And I connected with the characters in that book in a very special way. I'm not ready to get rid of that book. And that's okay. It's progress, not perfection. But we have to begin, you and I, to get honest with ourselves about these things, honest with ourselves about what really matters and what doesn't matter. And then we need to have the courage and the discipline to say no to the many so that we can say no to the mess and say yes to what really matters. If you found this helpful, if this resonates with you, stick around. I'll continue putting out new videos. And it would mean the world to me if you would like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for joining me.